Does alcohol really cure coronavirus? One way to find out. Hello and welcome to Whisky Whims with me, Stuart. Today we're going to be looking at Daftmill 2008 Summer Batch Release. It's 46% ABV. They have used optic barley from their very own fields, and I think it says in here actually, on here. It was then stored on the farm to be malted in Alloa during the summer of 2007. The distillate is from 2008 and the whisky was bottled in 2019 last year. RRP at the time I believe was £95. I think I picked this up for about £100. I don't think I got 95, I think I got about 100. So it's quite expensive for this age of whisky. However, it's a limited release due to the amount that Daftmill produce, and there's only 1,760 bottles, 1760 of these bottles. So I think this is on the higher end of the scale of whisky they've released. It's grown, says on the bottle, grown, distilled, matured and bottled all in Fife. Not all of it's done in-house. I believe the bottling's done elsewhere, but pretty much the majority of the process is done all on site, on Daftmill Farm Estate. So it's Francis sees almost it's a kind of secondary income in a sense, or a hobby really, if you will, whereas the farm is primary work, and keeping that up is a kind of primary income. I had the pleasure of visiting the distillery and Francis back on my birthday in August last year, and that was really great to get a kind of personal touch of the distillery, a personal walk round, and also to sit down with Francis and talk to him as well. Greatly appreciated it, and it was good getting to know him and good getting to understand his hobby for whisky. He's obviously good at it because his whisky tends to sell quite quick. So we'll get down to the nosing, the tasting, and see if it's a whisky win or a whisky bin. I was torn whether to do a Daftmill review because it is a very limited quantity of whisky, and not the majority of people probably haven't tried it. And also I didn't want to have any influence, if I did have any influence at all, on any secondary markets. So it was kind of a toss up of doing it or not doing it. But I basically done it for two reasons, or I'm doing it for two reasons. Number one, I want to review this whisky, and number two, I'd like to give the opportunity to people who haven't tried it to almost experience it through me. So I hope that provides this, or I hope this provides that. That's the right way around. So we'll get down to it. I just spilt a little on the table. That's not good. Still tastes nice. Nose. There's orchard fruits there, pears and apples. It's a crisp, clean distillate, a crisp, clean whisky. It's very fresh. There's some creamy notes on the nose. Peaches. Possibly kiwi. Possibly kiwi fruit. Parma violets, the little sweets that you get. And I think allspice is quite evident here on the nose. It's quite not dominant. It's just it's very strong. It's not overpowering in the other sense, so I wouldn't say it's dominant, but it's there. It's evidence the word. quite a lot going on in the nose. I feel a lot of complexity. There's a lot of complexity on the nose for me. From the fruitiness, the floral, creamy, spicy. Yeah, it's a nice nose. The palate. The palate's got a lovely, oily feel in the mouth. Almost buttery, definitely oily. It's creamy, thick, fruity, spicy. There's fresh cut pineapple, possibly banana, but only very slight. There's lemons. There's definitely a hay-like taste to this whiskey. Very reminiscent of a farm. The characteristics of this whiskey. It's almost musty, kind of wet, damp, like a wet, damp warehouse or something like that. Almost dunnage taste. Although there's still that creaminess, the sweet fruits are still there. A little bitterness approaching on the end, going towards the finish. And I believe this is dark chocolate. Yeah, because there's cocoa, bitter, and there's also a little sweetness, but it's not like milk chocolate, because I believe the bitterness just overpowers, and it's definitely, for me, dark chocolate. The finish. Yeah, the finish is medium to long. There's a maltiness. There's honey, which was probably in the palate as well. I think I might have overlooked the honey in the palate, but there's definitely honey on the finish. There's a cereal maltiness to this whiskey, but once again, it's still creamy. It's still buttery. The mouthfeel is rather enjoyable. It's lovely. It's a little bit drying, but not too drying as other whiskies. I think it might be sherry whiskies that normally do it to me, give me a real drying taste. Probably PX, I think, or Oloroso. One of them sherry's whiskies really dries out. However, this is a bourbon, and it doesn't really give you that drastic drying effect, or it's drying but not too drying, is what I'm trying to get at. There's a lychee fruitiness or lychee fruit finish, as well as a kind of pine tree like taste, like walking through a bunch of pine trees, whatever that tastes like. But yeah, there's like a pine tree taste to this, or feel to this. So yeah, there's definitely, for me, a lot going on. I've had this a few times now. I'm just under halfway through the bottle. Probably I'm halfway, actually. I have shared it out, so it's not all just been me. I gave a few samples here and there, but I feel like it's remained pretty constant with regards to the taste and flavour profile. It's changed a little bit here and there, but the bulk of the flavours and tastes have all remained constant. It is a solid whiskey. It's definitely a whiskey win. I'd hope to own more Daftmill, hopefully get it at primary market value, because for me the auction prices are not worth it, and I think it'd be insane to pay. I mean, £100 is pretty ridiculous to pay for this, but I'm happy to pay it because I know that it's came from a place with integrity, honesty, good values, and also that the juice is going to be aimed at a whiskey drinker, because at the end of the day, Francis is a whiskey drinker himself, and he's trying it, he's tasting it, he's tweaking it to almost his what he wants. He wants a Lowland style whiskey that is suited to his palate, and I think he's got. I think this has definitely got me. It's almost lost for words because I didn't really know too much about Daftmill, and I'd never really found a Lowland that had piqued my interest. I had Auchentoshan, I had Bladnoch, and what else is there? Auchentoshan, Ailshire Bay. I had Ailshire Bay, and of course I had Rosebank. I had a Rosebank 12-year-old Flora and Fauna is the only Rosebank I've had, and really I didn't think it was up to much, so I couldn't comment on Rosebank as a whole, because I've never had any other stuff. But Ailshire Bay, Auchentoshan, and Bladnoch, I've experienced a few of their different whiskies, and to me they're just okay. There's nothing that's been kind of got me lost for words, nothing that's got me excited. But this whiskey, its Lowland characteristic that Francis has achieved is spectacular. There's something amazing. There's something that gets me craving more. I really could have been. I've had this bottle for just maybe 5 months, 6 months, and I probably could have had it finished in that time, because it is that good, and I do want to have it over and over and over and over, and I just want to keep drinking it. But at the same time, I know this is all I've got and all I'm probably going to get of it. And then Daftmill is a hard whiskey to get, so it's hard to keep drinking, but it'd be so easy to keep drinking because it's spectacular. It really is lovely, and it's for, I believe, for more people who are really into whiskey that would like this whiskey. I think for the novice or for the person just being introduced to whiskey, it might not be best suited. I might be wrong with that, but that's just how I think. I believe this is more for a kind of experienced drinker or someone who's been drinking whiskey for a while. So yeah, I hope I didn't ramble on too much, but Francis has definitely given us another cracking bottle, another cracking whiskey, and yeah, I don't want to drink it. Thanks for watching. I've been Stuart. This has been Whisky Whims. I'll see you later.